What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Guys, last we left off, we were tracking a major ascending fractal forming on Bitcoin, and we had the assumption that, hey, if this continues to head higher, there's a very big chance that we are going to see the rest of the market start to swing back up with it. And as you guys can see, yesterday we had some interesting levels being retested here. Basically, what was said yesterday was there's this blue band that kind of cuts across the middle of Bitcoin's trend right here. And you can see that we needed the prices to pretty much close us above that resistance for us to say, hey, maybe we're going to actually see the markets reverse. And maybe we're going to start to see prices swing back up to like 48K, maybe 50K for Bitcoin here. Now, surprisingly, yesterday we didn't do so. We had a lot of consolidation yesterday. We held kind of where we were, lots of uncertainty. But today it seems, again, we've managed to break through this. And hopefully by tonight, we managed to close above. Now, the interesting things to notice is we are forming a bullish cross on the MACD right here, and we're actually seeing the moving average kind of bounce off the red band right here and might start to reverse up, which would be a useful indicator that, hey, maybe markets are starting to reverse higher. Now, what's interesting is yesterday we made a video basically talking about some resistances that needed to be broken, specifically within Ethereum as well as the S&P 500. You can see here for Ethereum, which is unfortunate, but we had a lot of, uncertainty yesterday as well, and prices pretty much just flatlined themselves and closed literally dead center in between the moving averages here. You can see it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Today's now the 10th day of consolidating where prices on Ethereum really haven't fallen below like $29.80 and haven't broken above like $3,100. And this is actually the first day where we're really starting to see prices head up to this level here. Now, yesterday wasn't able to close us with the certainty that we were looking for. So hopefully today does what we need to happen, which is closing this daily candle above this major resistance here. You guys can clearly see the constant consolidation that's been forming within Ethereum here. Many days of sideways consolidation. The markets typically don't do that. Typically, when we see sideways consolidation like you're seeing right here, back when prices were at 24.50 in the end of January here, it's typically not a healthy movement. The sideways consolidation usually leads to big volume spikes because this is not really something that we see in cryptocurrency sideways movements here. And just as quickly as the sideways consolidation happened, we saw an immediate pump to the upside here. And this is a typical reaction when you see markets kind of float sideways. There's either a big swing to the upside or a big dump to the downside, and that's the ideal movement that we're looking for here. And if we base reference off of other cryptocurrencies, when you look at Bitcoin and see, hey, Bitcoin's kind of hitting a bottom support here, there's a good chance prices are going to swing up much higher than where we currently are. There's a good chance that Ethereum is going to do the same thing and see us swing back to the upside as well, especially because this descending fractal that we have here is pretty much a bullish bias. We could see the markets swing all the way back up too. Bitcoin, we talked about, and as you guys can see with the S&P 500, we're waiting to see how this opens in about an hour, and there's a chance, hopefully, that we can actually start to trend above this. And if we manage to start breaking above this moving average here and start to see the markets pump upwards, there's a very big chance we're going to see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP and the rest of cryptocurrency follow along with the S&P because of how freaking correlated it is. Yesterday, look at this. We had a very small candle, not really doing much. Then you look at Bitcoin, yesterday did nothing. Ethereum, yesterday did nothing. And XRP, yesterday had a pretty substantial dip on XRP, but most of the major cryptocurrencies, at least the two cryptos that have the most swings, the top two that hold the most market cap, had a very similar movement within the S&P 500, which is quite, interesting if you think about it. Now, otherwise, guys, with that being said, remember, we are still doing our completely free crypto coin display giveaway. All you have to do to win one of these bad boys is just comment your favorite cryptocurrency down below, as well as comment subscribed. If you do those two things, you will be entered for the drawing on Sunday, where we will pick the winner to win one of these bad boy displays that I have in all of my videos. So stay tuned for Sunday's video and definitely make sure to drop a comment with your favorite crypto as well as subscribe. Otherwise, guys, definitely make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, as you can see, current coin market cap isn't doing too bad. Top 10 cryptocurrencies are pretty much consolidating, actually. We're only up 0.28%, kind of floating at 1.95 trillion as we were yesterday. We're really starting to just wait for the S&P 500 to kind of make its move. Once we open today, we'll probably get that movement and that volume that's needed for the markets to really make a decision as to the direction they want to move to. But I also want to talk about XRP here because I'm kind of noticing an interesting pattern. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this looks like it's forming a new pattern that honestly I didn't notice in the past here. So I'm going to delete this because I don't think at this point this is necessary. We broke through this uptrend here. We broke through the descending fractal, and you can see these descending fractals typically have a bullish bias, which is why Ethereum is probably going to see that bullish bias as well. But I'm noticing what appears to be maybe a bigger symmetrical triangle. So jumping to the 4-hour charts here, I'm noticing a bigger pattern that's forming. You can clearly see the uptrend and the downtrend here. Now, originally we were tracking what appears to be a much smaller pendant flag formation, which broke bearish, and we were actually able to short that and make a small amount of profit, which isn't too bad here. But if I just remove these, and I'll actually leave that one here, but I draw an uptrend here, you can clearly see kind of what I'm gaining at right now. There's a clear uptrend here, and if we extend this downtrend, not what I meant to do, we extend this downtrend like this, you'll notice the symmetrical triangle that's forming here, which is quite peculiar. Not only are we having higher lows where we're consistently creating a higher bottom than the past one, but we also have a lower high formation, which ultimately comes to an apex, which ends tomorrow, actually April 22nd here, which is quite peculiar. You could see the way this is forming here. A beautiful symmetrical triangle ends tomorrow, and this will ultimately probably follow suit with the other cryptocurrencies. Now, the interesting thing with XRP is even though these other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum are all showing signs of seeing markets swing back up, and honestly, I don't think there's much of a kind of a top resistance on these cryptos here. And I'll extend the charts out to kind of, verify my point here. I'm not really seeing a top resistance. Now, I don't know if like this could be the start of one. It's very possible that this could be the start of a new downtrend. We don't know for sure. I'll leave it there, but there's only 2 points of contact here. I don't know how much higher it's going to be moving to, but if that's the case, the highest point we can move to is maybe 3,300 points here. What I'm really gaining at is the fact that XRP has a resistance at the top that we have to focus on and pay attention to. XRP, when you jump to the weekly charts here, has a very big sign of resistance at the top here where there's not much movement left for it to head up higher. I'd be very shocked if XRP manages to break through its massive downtrend here that I've drawn in green, as well as its moving average that's in red here on the weekly moving average here. There's a very big chance we're going to get rejected off of this. However, if we manage to break through it, there's a big chance we'll see that big pump that we're looking for here. The ideal scenario is that that's not going to happen, but that is a big possibility. Regardless, we are looking for short positions, or honestly any positions to enter. If we see XRP close the weekly below its green moving average here, and we close at about 68 cents, I'm going to short XRP all the way down to its bottom at 59 cents. Vice versa, if we see XRP break us through this, resistance level here, which would be surprising, really what I would look for is a break above this red band here. So any price that closes like above 91 or 92 cents for XRP is a buy and long position with expectations of seeing markets swing to the upside here. The problem is we're more than likely going to see prices rejected. However, if you want to trade it moderate to aggressive, remember there is a big symmetrical triangle forming on the 4-hour charts here, which ends tomorrow. If we see prices close us above like 76 cents here, we close a 4-hour candle, or honestly you could say a daily candle above like maybe 77 cents here, buy and long with expectations of prices swinging to 81 cents. Vice versa, if we see prices close us below the bottom support at 75, maybe we close at 74, we're going to expect to see a pretty substantial dump to the downside, and we'll end up shorting this. And you can definitely use, wow, we can even extend this up even more. So I did not notice that. Holy cow. Now check this out. Let's just jump to the 4-hour now and see if this makes sense here. Yeah, there's definitely a much bigger, kind of symmetrical triangle that's forming here. So there are some big opportunities coming. Whether you look at the daily or you look at the 4-hour, let's say by tomorrow, we're probably going to get that answer as to whether or not we're going to be buying long or selling it for a short. Obviously, you could take advantage of this on Bityard, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging platform that I like to use here on the channel. Reason being, they offer XRP, which is quite surprising. Not many exchanges do that, but they offer XRP to leverage trade. You just literally create a market order. So tomorrow, when we get that decision, we could focus mainly on the 4-hour if you want. We don't really need to extend this that high, but you can see the beautiful symmetrical triangle that's forming here. When we get that decision, either for a buy and long or a short, depending on how we close the 4-hour or the daily, we'll either A, create a market order, and we'll type in the amount of margin we want with 20x leverage or whatever leverage you plan on doing, buy long or sell short and capitalize off the run that's coming. So this is another opportunity for you guys to either buy in long or sell short, at least another trade that's very, very, very soon. Otherwise, we are looking very much so at these other major cryptocurrencies. Also, by the way, I did link BitYard down in the description below, so definitely make sure to check them out. When you do sign up, make sure to click on Mystery Box to earn yourself some free crypto. Super cool. They also have a demo account, which I forgot to mention. Now, looking at these other cryptos like Ethereum, like Bitcoin, I actually want to jump to Bitcoin's weekly and see if we're also forming some sort of downtrend. It just doesn't look accurate. It's not enough to say, hey, this is a downtrend that we're starting to see. It's not accurate enough at all because it's only got like 1 point of contact here, maybe 2 points of contact here. But ideally, this ascending fractal is really the main focal point that we're looking at here. If we can continue to break above and continue this, movement here, there's a big chance we're going to see Bitcoin swing us all the way up to maybe retest 49K, close to $50,000. I think everything kind of comes into contact with this moving average right here on the daily. If we manage to close this above the moving average, which we probably won't today, maybe tomorrow, the next couple of days, regardless, we close above this blue band, it gives us enough support to continue to head up higher, and I think we will, and that's why we have a position open really on Bitcoin for a long to maybe 50K here. It is moderate to aggressive, but I do think we are going to be continuing this pattern here as we have been with the rest of these swings in the past. It makes sense that we would, take an educated guess and assume we're going to continue to head up higher here. As for the S&P, let's see how today opens. Hopefully we can continue this movement. I'm really hoping for the fact that we're going to continue a higher low movement and not a lower high movement. I'm hoping this is what we look for, something along the lines of this. If not that, hopefully something along the lines of this, continued movement to the upside, at least a higher low formation. That's the ideal scenario that we're looking at here, but we'll see what happens. That's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.